We are back on Nittany Game Week. The state of New Jersey is notorious for being picked on, and I'm not going to say that recent matchups with the Scarlet Knights are a thing of beauty either, but this is a team that will get your attention. It's one of those beware of opponents type of games. They could just bite you. Coach Paterno, Coach Bradley, in what areas can the Scarlet Knights show their teeth?
Well, we're going to show you, and Todd, we're going to do what we would normally do when we were coaching. We'd start with a tip sheet. So for the fans at home, here's a tip sheet on a couple things that you got to be aware of with Rutgers. Offensively, solid run game. They have good skill guys. They struggle at quarterback. They've been inconsistent, but a lot of wildcat stuff. Now, defensively, Tom, when you look at Rutgers, they're good against the run. They're aggressive in secondary, good on third down, and they create plays on special teams. So let's talk about how that gets done. Okay, let's start with the offense. Running backs, we talk about what they do. They run through contact, Tom. What do you tell these guys when you get to that pow moment?
Well, you better get your shoulder lower. You better learn to run through the running back here. You see that coming up here now.
Yeah, you're going to see this. This is one guy, the tailback, just puts this guy right on his diaper, and he keeps running, and off he goes. So let's talk about the next phase of the Rutgers offense. Let's talk about the skill players. They got good skill receivers. Their problem has been getting the ball to them. Take a look at this play. Now, this one, they get it to him. But again, a little bit earlier on this throw, they maybe get a little better play, but they have not done enough of this, Tom. But watch this route. The guy does a nice job.
They've got good skill people. He's just so young right now. They can't expand the pass game. It's a very minuscule route tree.
Yeah, but you'll see here, again, he sits in there. Look, like I said, he looks like he's looking at one guy the whole time. And watch on the ISO here. He does a nice job. Guys watching home, he sets him up with the inside move and comes back out. Now, let's go to the next element that we want to talk about is the Wildcat. A bunch of different guys have played Wildcat. They're trying to get you to come downhill. And to keep you honest, they'll use Crookshank on some reverses. Number one, can play. Watch the speed on this play.
Yeah, one of the other things is, too, you're not sure. They got a bunch of those guys. Which one can throw it?
Yep. And the quarterback stays in the game for that.
Yes.
So, Tom, you don't know until, as you know, you don't know until they come out of the huddle whether they're going to be in a Wildcat formation or not, which is not always the case. So let's go to the defense now. Talking about the defense, you know, Tom, from working with Greg, and I know from working with Greg, they're going to take deep drops to prevent the big plays.
That's the number one thing. They're going to tackle well, prevent the big plays, and make you work for everything. They'll let you, 3 field goals to beat a touchdown. Yep,
and again, that should open up some crossing routes, maybe some things for tight ends underneath. And we know Penn State has really done a good job with their tight ends. Now, let's talk about the next phase of their defense. When you get into your 3 wideout set, they get into a nickel. Max Melton is a really good football player from the corner. Greg Schiano has always liked the corner blitz, nickel safety. Again, let's take a look at how they try and stop the run.
Well, that's the amazing thing. Now that Greg's in college again, he knows where those hashes are there. It's a little bit easier to run the corner fires now.
You can bring those guys off the edge and disrupt the run game, and the linebackers flow and make a lot of plays. Let's talk about the next phase of it. We talk about third downs, 35% on third downs as a defense, which is really good. They do a lot of things in front. They don't have a lot of sacks, Tom, but they do get to create the quarterback, put some urgency, and put some panic in them.
They get some exotic pressure here up front a lot of times. They're going to get pressure. This is a good defense. Don't underestimate this defense.
Yeah, it's a top 25 defense in the country. A lot of people don't know that about Rutgers. And the last element, Greg has always been a special teams guy, 67 blocks, kicks in his time at Rutgers. Now, going back to his previous stint as well, really well-designed concept here. 5 blocked punts, which is second in the country, which is a huge number. Max Melton has a great knack for this.
Well, you know what they always say, offensive third, defensive third, kicking a third.
Yep. And you'll see, look at the push they get on the right side here, which allows him to get up the field and get to that block point. Great speed to the block point. You'll see a great shot of this from the end zone where you really see what this punter's dealing with. And here he comes right up the middle. They get a touchdown against Michigan. So if Penn State takes care of the things like that and doesn't give Rutgers a big play, they should be in good shape. And, Todd, just like gas stations in New Jersey, we are full service with your tip sheet and your scouting report. Back to you.
That's right. Whether you like it or not, you're full service. There you go. And we like it. All right. Never a team you can take lightly. Of course, one of the more inspirational figures to ever come for Rutgers is former defensive tackle Eric LeGrand. He's now part of the Scarlet Knights radio team, and he's excited about this matchup with the Nittany Lions.
You look at the lineup versus Penn State, they're not going to be able to make a lot of mistakes. If you want to have a good game, you want to have a chance to win at the end, you have to play sound football. You can't turn over the ball, and then you have to find a way to make some splash plays out there. But the main thing is always that line of scrimmage and getting started with the running game.
Had a great conversation with Eric about his inspiring journey dealing with paralysis. He is our Impact interview guest for next week's show, so look for more from Eric next week online and in the program. All right, next up, legendary Nittany Lions player Matt Millen. Well, he's going to talk about the Scarlet Knights. We will pick his brain about the matchup in Piscataway when we come back. Nittany Game Week returns after this.